Hello everyone and welcome to the second part of my first pedalboard. Last week I've uploaded the first part of this tiny series where I've ordered the pedalboard together with you on reverb.com, and in the second video I will now build up my pedalboard together with you guys. I've got a surprise for you. I've talked to the guys of Reverb and you can win a cool giveaway contest. More details will follow in the end of this video, so watch it until the end. Please. It's not a tutorial in the first place, but I will just record my approach to build up this pedalboard and give you guys some tips. So if you have some difficulties setting up your first pedalboard, you might get some useful advice in this video. I have received the two packages and I've done a short unboxing video for you. So enjoy. Really have it. It's getting exciting. Oh, I have a chorus pedal. And I have a power supply for my new pedalboard. The Walrus Audio Julia chorus. Look at this. A Julia impression. And here is the pedal train spark. Let's open this too. A cable. Lots of more stuff. A manual. I will use this. Whoa, this is pretty heavy. Didn't expect it to be that heavy. Quality. It's really heavy. I feel it's stuck somewhere here. Now it's moving. Stuff to fix the pedals. And I finally have the board here. It's ultra light, but the box, the tool case is pretty heavy. But this is great since I will tour around with Oversense, and with this box I think my pedals will stay safe. I love this stuff. Why isn't it popping? No. Awesome. The Pedal Train Classic 2 board, and now I will assemble my first pedalboard together with you. There was just one thing I missed when I ordered my pedalboard. I also needed more cables, and so I placed a second order, ordering some Ibanez patch cables. And these are some really unique cables. They are reversed, and I got also some micro patch cables from Ibanez, and they were really useful in the second row as I didn't have that much space left. A lot of cables, and I will need them. These are really many cables, but you will see that I will need them to set up my two signal chains. I will explain more about it further on in the video. Before I fix the pedals on the board, I will try it out with unfixed pedals in order to see whether the signal chain is okay and that I don't get that much noise. Like I've already mentioned in the first video, I got myself a Pedal Train Spark. I have read many good reviews about this power supply, and you have to know it suits under basically every pedalboard. I have a Classic 2 now, but there are also smaller pedalboards from Pedal Train, like the Nano or the Classic Junior, and it even suits under flat pedalboards. If you don't believe me, you can also watch a tutorial video on the YouTube channel of Pedal Train. I have watched a bunch of tutorials before I approached this project, so that I don't do anything wrong. It's recommendable. They really explain it in an easy way, and yeah, you will find more information about this power supply on their channel. Everything you need to fix this power supply under your pedalboard, every tool is contained, and this is really useful. Thank you. So I will quickly show you now the pedal train Spark in a close-up. Like you see here, we have 5 different outputs for the cables that lead to the pedals, and like you see, we have different numbers of milliampere. Some pedals need more, some pedals need less, and so I made a plan what pedal will go in which of these supplies. Along with the Spark, we get a lot of cables. We have single cables, but we also have daisy chain cables that are connected to, in total, 5 different output thingies. I don't know what's called in English. I will now quickly show you my final pedalboard setup. I have watched some advice videos and also did some research, and I made some changes. Like the octaver is now in the first signal chain. The first signal chain is set before the amplifier. It consists of my wah pedal, my whammy pedal, my tuner, the octaver by Monarch, and the Ibanez new tube screamer. But this place is not certain, as Ibanez decided to support me with one of these 2 pedals, and as a small teaser, I will make a video where these 2 pedals battle against each other, and the most cool sounding pedal, in my opinion, will then get on my pedalboard and the other pedal goes back to Ibanez. Thank you for this awesome support. And in the second row, where we have the Reverb RE6 by Boss, the digital delay by Harley Benton, and the Julia chorus by Walrus Audio. These 3 pedals will get to the FX loop. Time pedals always get in the FX loop, and all the other pedals here can go in front of the amplifier. And I've already connected all the pedals with patch cables by Ibanez, and here is a patch cable that is really interesting. It's a really slim one, and as I found that there isn't that much space beneath the pedalboard, I have now used this really slim patch cable to connect these 2 pedals with each other. What I will do now is connecting all the pedals with the pedal train Spark, and I have made a plan, like I said. You see it here, and the wah, the tube screamer, and the Julia will get a separate power supply each, and the octaver, tuner, and delay and reverb will get a daisy chain connection, and the whammy pedal, as it really needs much power, has its own power supply. This is why it's already running here. It's running 500 milliamperes. I will put the Spark here. Reverb and delay. I already complained in my pedal review about this pedal. It's a cool pedal for the price, but it's unnerving that the power supply is on the side, but well, it's a cool pedal. And last but not least, we also have to connect the wah pedal. It's already working. 100 milliampere output. I hope it suits. And finally, it suits. So now is everything connected. Let's see if everything is working. It works. That's awesome to see. This one works too. And the new tube streamer is also working. The reverb is working. The digital delay is working, and Julia is already blinking to tell me it's also working. So, okay. Now to the signal chain. This is the send cable from my amplifier, and this is the return cable from my amplifier. I will now move to it so that I can give you further explanations. We have here my wonderful bias head by Positive Grid, and I've turned out the cap simulation. And here is my interface, and this is basically my recording setup when I do my covers. And now we just take a look at the back part of the amplifier, because that's the interesting part. This is the cable that comes from the first signal chain, the EOS cable here, and it's just the signal chain before the amplifier, and on the other end I will plug in my guitar. And here is some fancy cleaning stuff. I will explain you why I need this later on. You see here a small lever, and it determines whether the pedals are run serial or parallel in the FX loop. The red light says I have turned it to serial, so I have to check the pedals all separately in their volume, and this won't make any trouble here. And like you see here, these two cables are sent in return from my FX loop chain. So what I will do now is just checking if everything is running. I will get my guitar and then check out the pedals together with you guys. Alright, the whammy is working. The tuner is also working. The octave is also working. All right. Okay, I will just turn it on the whammy pedal, and now everything at once. Seems like everything is working. It's so awesome to see that everything is working. There's no noise coming, finally. And yes, now I will just prepare the pedal board and fix all the pedals on it together with you guys. This will be a lot of fun. So the first thing we will do with this pedal is to clean it, so that this sticky thing on the other side will stay on the board. So I have here a tissue and glass cleaner, and we'll clean the pedal board. Fresh pedal board, yay! So I will now put the stripes for the sticky stuff on this pedal board and then we can assemble the pedals together. So we just need a pair of scissors now and the fluffy part of it, and this will go on the pedal board, and the hook and loop part will get on the pedals. So I will just measure how much I will need of this stripe, and then I will cut it. I'll need that much. And in order to have a good edge, I will also cut a part of the end of the stripe. Just a bit, not too much. And now I have to peel off a bit of the stripe so that the sticky part can connect with the surface, and then I have to push it down violently, I guess. Alright, let's do this. Tension, and I push it down. So, first row is nearly done. Ha! Yes! Now the second row. Oh, this was easier than the first one. Now we get to the last row, and then I can prepare the pedals together with you with the hook and loop part of the stripes. We got also some spare stripe here, so if something bothers you badly, you can just redo it. So the guys have thought about the length of the stripe, I guess. I'm getting better at this. Yay! That's how it looks like now. We just have to prepare the pedals now so that they can be fixed there. And also, of course, the pedal train spark. I think I will adjust this first. I've left them inside the box. I knew it would get messy as it is my first pedal board and I'm completely overwhelmed by all the cables and stuff. You see here two rails. One is thicker than the other one, and this one is for smaller pedals and this one is for the bigger pedals for pedal train. And yeah, I have to use this one apparently, along with the tools that are also delivered together with the pedal train spark. And this is also a big plus. Some power supplies you need to make some holes yourselves in the pedal board, and this one is just so easy to assemble. At least the reviews tell me it's easy to assemble. Let's see if a blonde girl like me can do this too. Like you see here, in between the rails there is some kind of hole so that a power supply can fit in between the rails. My whammy pedal will stand here on the pedal board, so I will place the pedal train spark somewhere where it won't bug my other pedals. So apparently I will place it underneath my whammy pedal here. It suits in really well, but this is just the wrong part of it. We have to place this part of the pedal train spark like this, so that the pedal train spark font is viewable from underneath the pedal. And here are also the holes for the screws, so apparently it has to be this way how it's mounted. Now we turn it around. This was really intelligent. So now I fix it with my leg. And now we just have to take a look at the rail. I have to use the boulder rail, and we have to place this rail with the font on the upper side. And now we just have to fix it with the screws that are delivered along the spark. It's pretty easy. I will just use my fingers to fix it just a bit so that the spark won't fall down. And the pretty awesome thing is that the tool is already delivered along the power supply, so you don't have to have any other tools beside this one to fix it on your pedal board. And now I will just tighten the screws with this tool so that it's really tight. Now it's fixed and it won't fall out anymore. Awesome. I have now assembled the pedal train spark to my pedal board, and it was really easy. I was really amazed that there weren't any difficulties to assemble it to the pedal board. You just have to tighten the screws a bit with your fingers, and then the tool that is delivered together with the spark will do the rest. It's fixed, it stays in its position, and it's awesome. There are enough cables, daisy chains, to get the power to the pedals, and this is also really awesome. First pedal I will start with is the wah pedal. It will get here, so I need 3 stripes for the hook and loop part to fix this pedal on the board. It's so much fun. Really cool. So we have it here. I make sure the battery isn't blocked, so I put it somewhere up here if I want to use it with a battery. This thing shouldn't be blocked, of course. I have to wiggle it so that the stripes get together. Might look a bit strange. It is not falling down, but I think it isn't that stable. This thing is really heavy, and I think I won't turn it upside down. I think it will fall down nevertheless. Like you see, the spark isn't blocking anything. This is great. Okay. Then on the upper part, so I will just plug in the cable now so that I know it works, and I think it will just stay like this anyway. So let's see how I had it like. It was like this. So I can get really close to the wah pedal, which is awesome. And now I have to wiggle this one again a bit. Oh, it's getting heavy. They both don't fall down. Awesome. And these are really heavy pedals. You might not have that much space in between the pedals, but everything can go underneath the pedal cables and everything, so you don't have a mess upside the pedal board. It's getting really heavy. I got an Ibanez, or Ibanez if it's pronounced correctly in English, micro patch cable, and this is really, really thin, and it is really handy when you have pedals close like this. So I will just see if this one suits better. Now it's getting really close, like you see. Ha! Great! Now I apply the stripes on the tuner as well. Ha! Like you see, it's really close, but it's still suiting. These get also really close together. Now it's enough space for whatever tube screamer gets there finally, but I will just take the new tube screamer first. We can just take a normal patch cable now, as we have enough space left. Also, a thing you have to pay attention to are if the power supply inputs of the pedals are on this side or on the upward side, like on the Harley Benton delay. It wouldn't be possible to place the pedals like this, as I won't get access to the DC in of the pedal. But these are on the upper parts, so it works. I just cannot wait to test this out at a live gig with Oversense. Normally, I just had to assemble all my pedals on the floor and make sure I won't trip over them, as they aren't fixed on a board, and this was really annoying, like I've described in my first video. This tube screamer has the DC in on the sides, so that I have to make some space for it. They are all fixed, and now we can move on to the second row. The input is on this side. Then we have the delay and the reverb as the last pedal. I've marked it as smart as I am. Can put it close, the wah pedal now, as also the DC in is on the upper part. It has the DC in on the side, so I have to make more space with it. I will now connect it with a patch cable to the Julia. And let's see how much space I can have here. I'm nearly finished. Then I just have to connect all the power supply cables to the pedals. And now let's move on to the last pedal. Yay! Awesome! Nothing is moving. Great, 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 great. So, now I just have to connect all the pedals to the power supply. I can now put it downside here, as it's so reachable. And the second one will get to the Octava. Oh, this is so cool! Now let's move on with the next single cable for the Ibanez tube screamer. And now we can connect the upper row to the pedal train spark. We have a single connection to the Julia chorus. I will take the 100 milliampere to the Julia chorus. And it's going like this. Also underneath the pedal board. It's great. And then we have the last daisy chain for 500 milliampere output, and connecting it to the reverb and the digital delay. So let's see, it has it somewhere on the side. I had to make some space. Here it is. Let's see if the space is enough. I can put it here. Yes! Awesome! And now the last cable for the reverb pedal. It's done! I had just tiny space between the whammy and the wah pedal, and I had to move all the pedals in the second row a bit to the left so that there was enough space, but that's basically it. You can, if you've made a mistake, you can just put the pedals down and adjust the space between them, because there are these sticky stripes and it's so easy to move and remove them. In general, you didn't need any additional tools, just a pair of scissors to set up this pedal board, and it was really easy. It took me like 1 hour doing all of this. I cannot complain. I am now at the point where I fix all the cable stuff and tidy up everything beneath the pedal board, and that's the last step until I can finally test it out and check if everything is right. Fine, now everything is fixed, and now we can test out the pedal one more time. The whammy is working. The tuner is also working. Octave is working. Tube screamer is also working. Julia is also working. Then we have the delay. Everything is working. Octava. Tube screamer. Now it's getting a bit noisy as I haven't chosen such a great preset, but let's get the whammy working too. Every pedal is turned on except for the cork tuner. Everything is working and my first pedal board is finally assembled. Yay! Here's my awesome pedal board. I really like it and like to see the sticky stuff is doing its job really well. Nothing is falling down and it's so awesome. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I will just pack this pedal board back into its tool case because tomorrow I have another rehearsal with Oversense and I will happily test this out. We got here the tool case and like to see there's some foam so that everything you put inside this tool case will stay unharmed, and let's pack this beautiful pedal board where it belongs. It's really, really heavy. Like you see, it suits really well, and now it's safe inside the box. Concerning the giveaway, if you check my pinned comment and the description, you will find a link there that will redirect you to a website, a call to action website, where you can win a €500 voucher for your first pedal board or for more stuff for your pedal board. And you can win this together with REVERB. I'm really, really happy about this cooperation. I've talked to the guys and they really liked the idea of my first pedal board. And now you can win €500 for your recording stuff, guitar stuff, pedal stuff. And yeah, I really hope you like this tiny surprise, and it's something I want to give back to you guys for this awesome support. So if you also want to become a patron and support me, head over to my Patreon page. I've got some awesome rewards there for you guys, and I just can say thank you really much for making this possible. I will also record a third part of my first pedalboard. Of course, I have to get used to the fact that I finally have a pedalboard, and I will make personal and individual adjustments of each of these pedals during the next weeks, and I will come back to you presenting and testing out the pedalboard together with you guys. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed the second part of my first pedalboard, and yes, if you like me doing more of this kind of guitar related stuff, pedal stuff especially, be sure to put it in the comments below to let me know. Otherwise, I will be back next week with a new question and answer video. So if there's any question you would like me to answer in this video, also put it in the comments below. And I'm working on many more cool guitar covers for you guys. Don't forget to participate at the Patreon voting if you would like to become a patron and vote for a guitar cover. This will be awesome. Otherwise, we see us on Friday again. Stay tuned and rock on!